Good day, everyone. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Interview Me on Rich Friday's podcast. I am your host, Dr. Nakachukura, and today we have our guest, Mr. Aero Wong.
Thanks for having me, Dr. Naker.
We're going to dive right in. Mr. Aero Wong is the CEO of Aero Wong LLC, which is a media marketing company. He also is the founder of a virtual summit called Product Manager Summit. And so we are about to dive in to learn the hows and the whys. How did you start? So tell us a little bit about yourself, Aero.
Yeah, so I'm now operating at Aero Wong LLC, but before all that, for over a decade, I have multiple career transition from finance to event organizer to digital marketing, and then a career transition into digital marketing, and then digital marketing and technology, becoming a programmer in South China Post, and then I become a product manager in the technology field. After a decade of experience, I'm operating my own startup now. I would like to say the reason why I can do what I'm doing right now because of all of the experience I accumulated in the last decade.
Why did you choose digital marketing?
It's funny because when I started, I was back in college. I graduated from an economic degree. I become a financial consultant. I love to talk with people. I like to engage with people. I do business development, and then I do event organizing, all of which are all about communications. So digital marketing is another form of communication. So I've been doing digital marketing for 3+ years, to be exact, 40 months in a leading voice in Hong Kong.
Tell us a little bit about Aero Wong LLC, like how you are servicing clients today.
Basically, we serve from SMEs all the way up to Fortune 500 companies to help them to deliver a marketing campaign based on their marketing goals to provide one-stop digital service.
How did you build up that business? Because I'm sure it has its costs. How did you get it started?
Oh, it's not easy because, as you know, startup, you put out fire here and there every single day, and then I bootstrap it with a very limited capital because I use basically all of my savings, and with my experience in both marketing and technology, how do I build that? Is the first thing that I do with it is to launch a podcast, because I think for the last decade, I realized that podcast is a medium that it is very important for whatever companies, either you are in the private sector or you are in NGO, you have a message to tell the world. Podcast is a very important platform because people like deep dive formats and people like authentic voice, and they like to know the best story of a business or organization. That's how I got started.
And so, let's shift to Facebook marketing, the social media platforms, utilizing them for marketing. I know a lot of the algorithms have changed. It's become a little bit harder to advertise on Instagram. It's becoming harder to advertise on Facebook. Facebook is always changing up. How has your company been able to adapt to the constant changes and still remain profitable?
I think you just mentioned a word, adapt. That is a very important word because actually not just Facebook marketing or Instagram marketing, but also the whole media landscape. They always change. So I think the most important thing for us as a marketer is our mindset, how to adapt to this marketing landscape, so that we can utilize whatever they have in uh, in the landscape outside. We can utilize it for our customers. Say like we are moving into the NFT space.
Mm-hmm.
What about that? We can also use that.
Yes.
But Facebook marketing, we are still using it because even though they are changing their algorithm, but for some sort of marketing goal, they are still useful. So we are still using it. So I think you just like that.
You just have to adapt. Is there now a more preferred platform? Like, are you seeing that it's now better to advertise on Yelp? I know this is all location based. Some marketing platforms are not good for other marketing platforms. But would you say there's one that's now better than the other?
I don't like to say in that way because sometimes based on your the client's industry and their business type, uh, sometimes maybe Facebook is a good tool for them. Say like Facebook group, private group, and also Facebook page is still a very good way for them to market their business. So it depends.
Your clients all based in Hong Kong? Do you service the United States as well?
We go on. We First of all, I partner with a leading voice in Hong Kong. We are the very first digital company in Hong Kong. We are a listed company in the Hong Kong exchange, stock exchange, and we go as our client base go from Hong Kong to Greater Bay Area to China to APAC, and we serve international clients.
Okay.
Yes, that.
Has the landscape in those areas, have they changed drastically in terms of, because I'm not sure how, Facebook or some of the more popular apps that are based there, how they have been helpful, especially with the pandemic, the switch over. How have you guys been managing that?
These past 2 years, because actually the company that my company partners with right now is the company I used to work at for 14 months in early 2010, and then from that moment onward, the landscape is always changing. Even before that, because we rooted in Hong Kong for almost 15 years, I've seen it changing from not just year to year, actually it's month by month or even day by day, because all of these marketing companies, they are not just algorithms, because they, as a platform per se, they also have to adapt to the changing environment. So I've seen it changing all the time. So to get back to your question, in terms of the COVID period, of course, it is changing, because say like some e-commerce business, they coming to us, and then it accelerated because of the environment. So I think the digital platform, the digital medium, is always there and become even stronger, in my opinion.
You had mentioned that you left your last company and then you're now partnering with them. How did you make that transition? How did you even approach them so that you could have that partnership?
I would like to say, when you are seeking a partner, you are like seeking a wife. It's a lifelong relationship. It built on trust that
Right.
it is mutual trust. And I really trust the management of this company, which is called Google Online. And then I know all of the founders here. I look up to them. I learn a lot from them, especially when I'm working there, because I will say over 50% of my marketing knowledge and skills I gained from that company. And actually, when I was still working over there, I interview some of the founders in this company for just personal development. I'm not asking anything about marketing. I'm just asking about some personal habits. Hey, what did you do when you are taking a rest at home? Things like that. And I really look up to the CEOs, not just CEOs, the entire management, the philosophy, how to run this listed company in Hong Kong, the servant leadership, the AQ, the EQ, everything. So when I approach them, they know that we are in the same wavelength. We like to serve the market, serve our clients for their best interests. So yeah, that's how I approach them. Like the way that I approach them. Hey, can I interview you? You as CEO, I'm just a small potato at the lowest one in the company. That's how I approach them. And yeah.
And they were willing to take you on and partner.
Yes. So thankfully for their trust, and yes.
It's an incredible story. Tell us a little bit about the Product Manager Summit and what it offers entrepreneurs.
Product Manager Summit. It is a very I would like to tell some backstory of this thing because actually I'm just doing it for myself. Yes. At that time, I'm just doing it for myself. The reason why I'm saying that, I'm not saying that I'm not doing it for the audiences, but the core reason why I'm doing it is I was struggle in product management because I career transitioned into this field, and product management is kind of new in Hong Kong. Actually, not just new in Hong Kong. Actually, it is new in the entire world. From one of the speaker I interviewed, she told me, Melissa Perry, she wrote a book, Avoid the Bill Trap. She told me Harvard just had a product management 101 class at that moment. So it is very, very new. I was really, really struggle. I don't know what should I do on my product management job. So I really just want to learn. I go after some of the role model I would like to learn in the internet space relentlessly. 30 speakers from all over the world. Hey, can I interview you? There's a topic I don't know about. I would like to tap your brain, and then I would like to share with some people just like me, because I believe that, not just believe that, it is actually a fact, because so many people around me, they also don't know how to behave, how to have a proper product mindset on their product job. That's how the product manager summit originates. So I compact it into a virtual events, and I share with other people. Yeah.
It's an incredible story. And I love how you made sure that you surrounded yourself with experienced product managers so that you could become more knowledgeable in the field. And so today, the Product Manager Summit, it helps train people.
Yes. From the very first day, we've already for that summit, for the first day of the summit, we have, I forgot the exact number, but it is around 400 to 500 attendees for the first day. And also we have over 200 paid attendees to access to all of the recording afterwards.
That's a good turnout for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. And it amazed me. It is a very vibrant community, because before the summit, I get in touch with so many product leaders in Hong Kong, and also some other product wannabes like me in Hong Kong. And basically, I asked the same question with the community, and then I asked the same question again maybe I advance the question into a different level and then ask the speaker, because before I interview a speaker, I research them basically their entire life. Everything that I can tease out from their brain, I can tap their brain, I will just ask them. That's how I approach it. Yeah, I take it all. It's so good. And I would say it's crazy because nobody understand what I'm doing at the time. I was working on my full-time job, and also my wife at the time, she was pregnant. Every single day, I interview people.
Busy.
Yeah, I interview people in 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and then I also take in a lot of product management courses, and also I read a lot of product management book at that time. I still remember that before the actual production of the summit, I take the whole week annual leave. But I still go back to the Hong Kong Science Park. That's where I work at the time. Nobody at my at that company. I was working at Hong Kong Science Park for my product management job.
Okay.
I'm taking annual leave, but I'm still back to Hong Kong Science Park because I have to do a lot of video editing, web development to compare everything. So basically, I was doing 3 full-time jobs as a father, as a husband, as a product manager, and then a virtual summit host at the same time. It was crazy. And
I mean, you have to wear all the hats. You have to wear them all so that you can make it work. And that's
yes, but it is a very good experience because I think I really 10 times or even 100 times my product skills from my peers, from my mentors. They don't like to take it as mentor. I'm speaking about the speakers of the summits, but I think of them as my mentors because they really teach me a lot.
For anyone who's trying to maybe start their own summit or their own conference, how easy is it? What kind of tips would you give them so that they could also kind of put together the type of events you're putting together?
I think for whatever you do, you always model someone else who had actually done it. So at the time, a friend of mine, who he was a chief digital officer of or some sort in a blockchain ICO firm at the time. He hosted a summit for his company, and then I just asked, "Hey, how did you launch a summit? I want to launch my own summit because I don't know. I just want to learn for the management. Teach me." And then he told me there's a course called Virtual Summit Mastery. He took that. So I also took that. I role model for my friend. I take a course, and I even asked my friend, "Hey, I just want to learn the knowledge. This summit is a byproduct of my own learning. Can you share with me your code base?" So I have the whole code base to tinker, to modify the code to create my own summits. So that's the technical part.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and because I have a programmer background, and it is not that hard for me to do that. For the interviewing part, I think we let perseverance and relentlessness. It is very, very crucial if you want to put together a summit like this, because just imagine, I was a total nobody. I was a product specialist at the time at a video streaming company. Who the hell are you? Why should I come on to your summit?
I mean, it can feel like that, you feel like your accomplishments are nothing, but to the next person, I could imagine the attendees who are coming to the summit, they're probably thinking, this guy must be someone, because he has successfully put together a summit. You have all these attendees, over 400 showed up for your very first virtual summit, and you were able to monetize on that and retain 50% so that you could have a video purchase at the end and upsell. So, I mean, I commend you. I want to know the secret. Send me that code too, so I can modify.
You just don't know how much I have done for going after those speakers. I
It was.
come to them.
Tell us about that. How was it like each approaching each one? Because I'm pretty sure many of them were like, you either have to pay me to be in the summit, or what am I going to get out of this, or who are you? Like you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
How was your approach to getting speakers?
Oh man, it's a trip down on the memory lane. Uh, I've come to them very, very well prepared when I approach them. I know what they have done in their entire life. And then I read almost at least over 80% of what the materials they have put out in the world. Because that's the gateway how I learned product management at first place. That's why I just come to, hey, I've already learned so much from you. Can I interview you? But still, I'm a nobody, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to go after them. I still remember for some of these speakers, I have to go after them for over maybe 50 plus emails for an entire year of in between all of those emails. I'm still learning. I'm still working on my job, learning on my job, and taking their knowledge and applying their knowledge on my job. So I think that's a very crucial point, because all of these speakers, the reason why I have to go after them for over 50 plus emails over the maybe 1 year horizon, it is not that they are bad people. They are really, really busy. Why the hell should I be a speaker in a summit? That makes no sense to them. But once you prove to them, I actually take your knowledge, learn it, internalize it, apply it on my job, show them the results. You are a very good student. They would love to help you, maybe. And also for their own benefits is the reason why they are putting out free content or paid content in the internet. They want to reach people like me. So yeah, putting together a summit, it's also beneficial for these people. I can share their knowledge with people just like me. And I'm being brutal honest with the audience. I don't know about product management. I just want to learn with you. So
I love that approach.
yeah, I'm learning it, so I'm sharing with you, and they're nice, they are willing to do it. So that's how this summit I put it together.
How many speakers were you able to get for your first summit?
30.
Wow.
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 Because I have marketing background, I really want to make it epic as a marketing campaign, not just for my own learning, but also for my speakers, because I really love them. They elevate my product skills a lot. I really want to share their knowledge with other people just like me. So I'm just trying to be useful to others, to the attendees, and also to the speakers. That's why, yeah, I want to make it like a marketing campaign. I even still remember to market this summit, I have written 30 blog posts on Medium to market every single speaker in a series called Product Quest. Actually, that is for my own learning too, but also for marketing these speakers. So, in a nutshell, I just love these speakers. So I'm willing to go above and beyond for them.
But I think that passion, going above and beyond, is exactly why they were willing to be on your in your summit. And they saw that passion, and it was professionally packaged, and it really spoke to what their own passion is. And so passion recognized passion.
I don't know because it is a crazy experience. And after I've done it, some people ask me, "Hey, will you do a second one?" No, man, it is so
No,
difficult.
you're not gonna do a second one. It could drive momentum, but I guess it's because your initial goal wasn't for money. It was
No,
for
of course not. I've I've made some profits out of that summit, but it is really for my own learning, and I also realized that it is really a thing that the industry needs it, because somehow I career transitioned into this space. I'm an accidental product manager, and I realized that there are so many people just like me. So you can consider it as a community service. And the reason why I want it to be a paid summit, it is a free pass and also a paid pass. It is $47 for the paid pass, for the premium pass. Uh, I'm still trying to do a good job for my speakers, because people look up to paid content more than the free content. That's the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So even though I'm making a profit out of it, it is still to me, it is like a community service.
So you wouldn't do it again?
Actually, that's something I have considered in my head for quite long period of time, because at the moment that I created this summit, I was a one-man band. I've done everything just by myself, because I'm sort of I don't have enough money. I have a baby coming into my way. I have a family. I'm a family man, and then I communicate with my wife. Hey, I want to become a product manager, but I don't know what product management is. I want to create this summit. It is not easy. And then I communicate with her for one day. Should I hire a programmer to help me to build this thing? You know that. And then it's better you do it yourself. And then, okay, I understood it. So for that summit, I've done it everything just for myself. I know some other people, even from the program, virtual summit mastery. So many people hire a team to cater for the logistic, for the technical development, for the project management, for everything. And I'm capable of to doing that. But as you know, but now I'm a CEO of my own company. Basically, I'm still a product manager. I have to prioritize for the items in the product roadmap. Is product management summit is an item that I should deliver at maybe 2 years or 3 years? I don't know. But for the time being, it is not.
Aero, I mean, I enjoyed listening to your story. It's very inspirational how you just transitioned, but took on being a one-man band for a summit, a big undertaking, putting together, getting speakers. And I'm pretty sure you've inspired many of our audience members. I want to thank you for coming on today's show, and giving us some of your knowledge and sharing your experiences. Guys, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tune in every single Tuesday to interview me on Rich Fridays podcast at 1 p.m. on your favorite platform. Again, thank you, Aero.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.